On yesterday's lesson 1.4 or 3.1, we learned how to translate verbal expressions that include the following vocabulary terms. We learned that plus, sum, and more than means add. We learned that minus, difference, and less than means subtract. We learned that these things here mean that more than switches the order, and less than also switches the order. So hopefully you remember that these keep the order, but more than, less than switches it around. You should again recall that the asterisks are next to more than and less than because these are the words that switch the order of your answers. So today we are going to introduce 4 more vocabulary terms. Just be sure to copy them down for later. There are no asterisks to put on these because they're pretty simple to work with. Multiplication words are product and times. Division words are quotient and divided by. The good news, again, you've said times before, 3 times 6, 7 times 8. We know this word. We've said divided by 4. We understand what that means. You just have to make sure you pay attention to which one means product and which one means quotient. So pretty much overall, there's only really 4 words you had to memorize in this chapter so far, which is sum, difference, product, and quotient. Both multiplication and division have important things to remember in terms of writing your answer. The key thing in multiplication is that it's written with no sign. We simply put the number first and attach the variable to it. This is how you would write 9 times p. This is how you would write 10 times y. This is how you would write 15 times e. This is how you would write 3 times w. If I had x times 11, I would write it the same way, 11 and the x. So pretty much you write the number and then the variable. Anytime it's multiplication, don't worry about the order. Always put the number first and put the variable next to it. Division follows the order, but it's written as a fraction. So instead of going left to right, we go top down. So 13 divided by x, that's first, this is second. So 13 divided by x would be written like this. T divided by 14 would be written like that. K divided by 3. 5 divided by g. Again, top down, not left to right, but top down. It's also important to note that the 2 fractions here are not the same. This is x divided by 5. This is 5 divided by x. Those are 2 really different fractions, and you've got to make sure you don't invert them because you will miss those points. When you translate the problems, just again look for the small differences. Look out for the small differences. Over time, you'll get better at it. For now, again, let's just look at the examples that you're going to see on the homework today. Again, everything we should do revolves around the word. I see the word quotient. That word stands out to me. The quotient of 6 and a number f. I see 6. I see a number f. Again, quotient means I'm going to divide, which means I'm going to have a fraction. It looks like a minus sign, but it's really a fraction. The first thing stated is 6, which means that goes on top. The second thing talked about is f, which means that f goes on the bottom. That is 6 divided by f. Quotient means divide. That's first. That's second. Product of a number z and 8. Product is here. A number z, 8. Here's the thing about multiplication. Remember, multiplication we write the same way. It doesn't matter who's first or second stated. It's always number first, variable second. So 8z. The reason I write my line through the z is because I don't want that to look like a 2, so I draw a line through it so I understand it's a z. But again, it's multiplication, just put 8z. Do not put a multiplication sign. Do not use parentheses. All that stuff will get it marked wrong. Don't use a dot. It's just 8z. And the computer is only going to give you credit if you put 8z. A number d times 11. So times is my word. I understand that means multiplication. I have a number d times 11. Again, because this is multiplication, it doesn't matter what's stated. 11 goes first. D goes after it. 11d. A number u divided by 4. The phrase here is divided by. We have a number u, we have 4. Divided by means it should look like a fraction. The first thing stated is u, so u goes on top, 4 goes on the bottom. Let's look back and make sure you understand here. 6 was first, f was second, so 6 went on top. U was first, 4 was second, so u went on top. Alright? Notice that both multiplication problems are written the same. Again, looking back at this, these 2 are the same no matter what the order of the words is. And then also notice that the fraction written in the variable top, also notice you can have a fraction written with a variable on top as well as on the bottom. Again, just pay attention to the order of the words. Key thing here when you're working with MathXL and you're going to be doing with your fractions, it's important to understand how to work with these things. When you have the problem on your box and it looks like this, nothing's going to show up on the bottom until you click inside that box. Once you click inside that box, you should see something like this pop up, which is where you will see your fraction button. So what you'll do here is you'll click inside that box. Notice how there's a cursor now. You'll click the fraction, that'll bring up a fraction, and you will go ahead and put whatever on top and on bottom using the arrows. Again, if you have any issues with that, let me know so that I can help you through that, because that is what I am here to do. This is the expectation, again, you're asked to meet. Just be sure to practice recognizing. Again, slow down. As always, if there are questions or concerns, let me know. Good luck.